Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. I think I'm a touch late. Only a minute. Not too bad. I haven't done too bad. Hope everybody's having a good day. Uh, just going to wait for a few people to join the live. Oh. If you are watching, if you're watching on the Zoom, then if you've got questions as we go through, um, then please pop them in the Q&A section on the Zoom, and I will jump in and try my very best to get everybody's questions answered. If you're watching live on Facebook, hope you've had a good day, a good week. And again, if you've got questions as we go through this evening, please pop your questions in the Facebook comments. As always, Facebook is a pain, and sometimes the comments come through, sometimes the comments don't. So if you do have questions that you do put in the comments and I don't get around to answer them, I am very sorry. Facebook is a bit of a pain. But what I will do is, as soon as I finish this evening, I'll jump back into the comments. If I've missed anything, I will send you a reply. Do my very best to answer everybody. So we are on the Zoom, which is here. We're on Facebook Live here, so I'm going to try and flip between both. A, to read all the comments, etc., and B, to pay you guys attention wherever I'm looking. So this evening I'm going to do a quick Q&A session, probably half an hour or so, in which I'm going to answer questions from our team members that we've had throughout the week. So the growth team members come to me with questions throughout the week. Anything that I think is worth bringing to you guys, adding some more value to, then I will answer these questions here on this live this evening. I also get a lot of questions on Facebook throughout the week. So anything that I've had that either I haven't had chance to get back to you guys and answer, I will here and now. And likewise, if you've got questions this evening, pop them in the comments on the Facebook Live, whack them on the Zoom, and I will get through them. But just to kind of kick things off, for you guys who have never seen me before, my name is Ashley. I am the co-owner of Growth Nation and the Growth Team, in which we help cleaning company owners start, grow, and scale their businesses. I will give you a little bit of info about that towards the end this evening, as I'm not going to bore you. But essentially, I started my cleaning business about 5 years ago now. Started it much like many people do in the domestic space, doing ovens, doing carpet cleaning, a little bit of commercial, some end of tenancy, some builders cleans, everything, right? Because that's what we do to try and make some money when we start a business. I figured that the commercial side of things was the way that I wanted to grow that business. So I dropped everything else. I doubled down on the commercial side of things. And essentially, over the course of the past 5 years, have grown that business into a multi-million pounds company. And here I am this evening answering your questions, any bits and pieces that you want to know from myself, be it commercial cleaning, staff management, how to get clients, whatever you want, pop it in the comments, pop it in the Q&A on Zoom, and I will try my best to get to it. So seems like we've got a couple of people watching. We've got a couple in the on the live on Facebook now and on the Zoom. So I will jump into some of the questions that I've had this week. So some of the things I've had from the growth team members this week have been really interesting things. There was one question earlier on this week that I thought was probably applies to all of us, right? And it was how have I found it best to handle angry clients, right? Because let's face it, not all of our clients are going to be our best friends all the time. We will have issues that we'll have to deal with. We will have complaints. We may also have things that are completely irrational. Let's face it, I'm sure we've all had clients who have been complaining or have an issue or really throwing their toys out of pram about something that is kind of a non-start problem. But there was a, and this is not something that has come from myself, but I've heard this a couple of years back now. And if a client is really raging, right, they're really, really frustrated. You've sent a member of staff to a site or someone's house or whatever it is, and the client is absolutely losing their mind. Slap them, says Tracy. That's the answer. No, I don't advocate slapping our clients, even if we want to. Good response though. No, but if they are really enraged, right? There was an analogy that I heard somebody say a couple of years back, and it stuck with me. And it is, there can only be one person in the angry boat, right? What do you mean, right? What are we on about? What that means is, if you essentially the client is in the angry boat, right? They are losing their mind, they are enraged. If you try and push back hard, right? No, that wasn't us. I disagree, or it's not really an issue. Calm down, like chill out, like whatever. There's still only one person in the angry boat, right? And what I found is actually, and I thought it was genius when I heard it, right? And I've used it time and time again, right? Get that person out the angry boat and you get in it instead, right? So if somebody comes to you and says, your member of staff did this and it's unacceptable and X, Y, and Z, uh, fuck down. I love the comments this evening, guys. It sounds like some of you have had a rough week. No, but if you can get them out the boat, right, and jump in it yourself, right, and you don't necessarily need to agree with them, but it will bring them back down if you get on that side of the fence, right, and you say that is absolutely disgusting. I am furious. Give me the name of the person. I will pull them into the office. I am not having this. I want them fired. I'm going to get rid of them. All of a sudden, the client begins to think, actually, I don't want to get this person fired. I don't really want to get this person in trouble. Yes, it was frustrating. Or yes, it was a problem. But hold on a minute, actually, like calm the down, right? And that's what I mean, right? By you can only have one person in the angry boat because you're not going to sit there together and rant and rave together, right? If you do, it's going to be a hell of a conversation. But if they're saying your member of staff did this and this is unacceptable and so on and so forth, right? Jump straight into that to that level. Okay. This is absolutely disgusting. I am not having this. This is ridiculous. I am so sorry. I'm going to pull this person in. I'm going to give them a disciplinary. We're going to cut their pay. We're going to, throw them off of a cliff. What you'll find is that client simmers down so quickly. I've used it time and time again. I cannot think of an example in which that client has stayed at that level. All of a sudden, they're like, well, look, no, just it's annoying, but can we do something or can we do this? And then you can pull it back to a customer service level, right? Because we're not, unless that member of staff has actually done something that warrants disciplinary or dismissal or something very serious, right? Which by all means deal with that properly. But you can then pull it back to a customer service level and say, okay, well, look, I'm going to deal with this. Why don't we credit you for this or do that? Or if I can fix this for you, or I'll send another member of staff around tomorrow and get this sorted out. Does that sound okay? And all of a sudden, because you've automatically brought the client off of that like level of anger and brought them straight back down. And then you offer them a rational solution, right? We can come and sort something out, or we can credit that part of the clean, or we can do whatever, right? Whatever the standard approach is in your business, or whatever you warrant is a fair exchange. All of a sudden, the client is simmered down. They will accept that, and hopefully you can make things right. Yeah, obviously, if your member of staff has done something wrong and something does need correcting, then have those conversations, right? But you don't actually need to do anything ridiculous. So as much as I love the ideas of slap them and whatever the other one was that had some profanities in it, I like those ideas. But there can only be one person in the angry boat. Okay, the client's going to come in sailing along in the angry boat. Get them out of it. Get it in yourself. They will be the person who de-escalates the situation themselves, and then offer them the solution. And I found that is a really, really good technique to de-escalate angry, irritated, whatever clients. That makes so much sense. Try it. Hopefully, your clients aren't going to be mega pissed off, right? But let's face it, sometimes clients are enraged about something. Sometimes something genuinely has gone wrong, right? And maybe they've got a right to be that angry. But if you can just de-escalate it very quickly, and then provide a rational solution, it will sort things out. As we're going along, guys, comments, send them through on Facebook, in the Zoom, use the Q&A function to send any questions that you want answered this evening. We're going to be here for about half an hour doing this, so please feel free to fire them in. Another question I had this week was about managing office staff or back-end staff. Now, I know a lot of you guys watching this may not have a massive office team. Maybe you've got one person, two people, maybe no one at all, right? So I will keep this one short to make sure we keep things relevant. The best way that I've found to an early stage to manage an office team is two things. Okay, so the first thing is have really clear roles and responsibilities. And this is something to bear in mind as well if you are thinking about bringing on someone in admin or a VA or something like that. Okay, so very, very clear roles and responsibilities. That first person is probably going to be someone who does a mix of everything, right? A little bit of marketing, bit of admin, a little bit of sales, a little bit of operational stuff, like, because it's just another hand in the business. But maybe then when you bring another person on, you want to start dividing up the roles and responsibilities. Like, be very clear what person A is doing and what person B is doing. Okay. That's the first thing, because if you've got the roles and responsibilities, you can hold people accountable against that list of things that fall under their remit, essentially. And then from there, you can start kind of departmentalizing your business. So the second thing there is also to use a task management system or software. These are things that are free, if not very, very low cost. Okay, things like Asana, Monday.com, ClickUp, these types of things, right? And one of the questions I had earlier on today, actually, from a growth team member was, do I really need that with two members of staff in the office or one member of staff in the office? I started using Asana, I think it was, at quite an early stage when it was just me and one other person. What we had on there was like the daily, weekly, monthly tasks that recurred, right? That we both had to do that were either admin-based or operationally or client, whatever, right? It was a reminder, but equally, I could hold that person responsible and accountable for the tasks that were on there. It was also a good prompt for me to remember what they were supposed to be doing, right? Because let's face it, early stage businesses, a little bit chaotic. Let's not lie to ourselves. And we can kind of forget what we're supposed to be holding other people accountable for, okay? On top of that, these task management systems are great at popping a little digital to-do list together. So if there are a couple of extra tasks that you need another person to do, yourself, whatever, to be looking at throughout the week as well, or the month or the whatever, you can pop them on there. So again, they're just things, it's just a prompt. It's a prompt for you, it's a prompt for them. If you work slightly remotely, maybe you've got a VA who works from home or whatever. It gives you another communication method, which you don't then consistently have to remember everything and check in and have you done this or whatever. Can you spell that, please? Never heard of it. Asana. It's Asana, Asana. That's a really good one. I think that's free until you scale it up to need additional features and bits and pieces. Great bit of like kit. If you're anything like me, I'm mega forgetful. Have 100 things to do, which makes things even worse. So I just create myself a bit of a digital to-do list, right? Everything that I need to do, just type it in there, hit submit. You can have an app on your phone. I was looking for my phone then and realized I was recording on it. But for me, it's a really big help, right? Because I can just log on there, see what I need to do, see what other people need to do, what people are working on, add a comment, whatever. It just gives that like digital communication and just reduces the need for having constant meetings, check-ins, whatever else. Okay, so when managing that back-end office team, assistants, whoever, two things: roles and responsibilities, and some sort of task management system software to help that. There is hope from somewhere. If I can do it, Vicky, anybody can do it. Okay. One of the questions I had from Facebook this week, which I think I hear this quite a lot, and there's two parts to this, but The question is, should I be running Facebook ads, right? And what I mean by ads is paid advertisement on Facebook. So not just posting up pictures and before and afters and content and whatever, and not paying for that. Which, by the way, I think we should all be doing. Like whether you're domestic, commercial, whatever, I think that we should be using the majority of social media platforms to post free content into business pages, right? It's only going to help the business. If you're commercial, LinkedIn is the place to be. Do a little bit on Facebook. If you're domestic, Facebook is the place to be. Do a little bit on LinkedIn. And by the way, little advert for everybody. If you don't use LinkedIn, we're running some LinkedIn training specifically for cleaning company owners on the 4th of April. If you're in the growth team, it's completely free. If you're not in the growth team, drop me a message. I'll give you a link. We'll book you into that training. It's not expensive at all. It's only £40. And we will do a 3-hour deep dive and run you through absolutely everything. Or equally, if you do want it for free, want to join the growth team, get so much help, let me know. Anyway, should we be running Facebook ads? 2 answers to this, okay? First one, if you're a commercial cleaning company and you are looking for leads on Facebook and therefore trying to run Facebook ads or boost posts or do whatever on Facebook and you're commercial, stop it. You're wasting your time and you're wasting your money, especially if you're running ads properly on Facebook. You are wasting your money if you are commercial. If you've got them on now, leave the live, go and turn them off and then come back, okay? You are so unlikely to get a good cleaning contract, commercial cleaning contract from Facebook, okay? Facebook ads are not the place to be running your creative and your adverts if you're looking for commercial cleaning contracts. Don't do it, okay? Go and put out organic content on LinkedIn. If you want to spend the money on advertisement, use it on things like SEO, use it on LinkedIn, use it on other places, right? Lead generation sites, like everybody's got their 2 pence on places like Bark and bits and pieces. But if you want to spend money on marketing and sales, like go and do that. Or even more so, take the £200 or £500 you're going to put into Facebook ads and go and spend it on some really nice sales material, right? Sales packs, leaflets, like thick business card, like things like that you can actually use to sell commercial cleaning services to other businesses. That's the first answer. If you're domestic or you're biohazard or in a different niche in cleaning, then Facebook ads could work for you. There's 2 elements to Facebook ads. You can boost posts, which is fairly easy to do, which is essentially chucking some money into a post and it pings it out to more people. Like just kind of balloons the ad and gets more eyeballs on it. If you or you can run a proper ad, right? So you obviously need a business page, you need the Meta Business Suite, and then you run an ad properly, which you target certain people. If you're going to run ads on Facebook, then I would recommend learning how to run ads on Facebook properly, so you're not just wasting money, because again, these things cost quite a lot of money. You want to be spending a couple of £100 per advert. And targeting the right people if you're going to be spending that sort of money. Okay, so general overview here is if you are commercial, don't run Facebook ads, right? Put out content on Facebook, use Facebook as a good recruitment platform, but don't waste your money on Facebook ads if you're going for commercial cleaning contracts. If you are domestic or biohazard or in those sort of niches, then it could work for you. The Facebook ads could be working. You're going to be able to target local people to you, households, business. You can target types of people with, over certain amounts of income. The targeting on Facebook ads is ridiculous. So if you are domestic, that could work, but learn how to do them properly. If you pay an agency to do them, you're going to be paying them £1,000+ per month plus the ad, right? And a lot of agencies won't run ads unless you're spending over £2,000 a month on ads, which if you've got £2,000 to put in Facebook ads, then bully to you. But I know a lot of people here won't have that to chuck at it. So learn how to do them properly. Kirsty, can we advertise on LinkedIn or do we just post? So with LinkedIn, the best thing to do is build your personal brand. Okay. And that doesn't mean you need to be an influencer or you need to do stuff like this on LinkedIn or anything like that, right? What I mean by personal brand is you need to build your profile as a person, right? As an individual. Having your business stuff is fantastic, and posting bits and pieces about your business on LinkedIn is great. But I would build more of a following and put out more content as you personally, right? So I post anywhere between 3 and 6 times on LinkedIn a week. I've gained over £200,000 in commercial cleaning contracts just from content on LinkedIn. My sales team use it as a tool every single day to bring in contracts. But I don't post, as in I don't post from our business page, right? I don't put out post after post from the business page saying we are a cleaning company and we can clean for you. Would you like some cleaning, right? Or look at this floor. Look how clean this is. Look at this. Look at that. Because I said it time and time again, people do not care, right? What people will have an interest in on LinkedIn, because it's a professional platform, is what are you doing, right? What are you doing as a business? What makes you tick as a person? Like, what can you bring to the industry? How did you start your business? How do you, things that people will find genuinely interesting. The best posts that I've ever done on LinkedIn are nothing to do about business at all. It's been about me as a person. Well, okay, that's a lie. It's loosely tied to business. So why did I start my business? How I started my business? What was the process I went through? What do I work on myself? What books do I read? A ton of different things that are about me, build my personal audience. And then once every 3 weeks or month, I'll say, by the way, we've got this cleaning company. And if, so sorry, distractor. I just had quite a funny message come through from one of the growth teams on a private thing. But people will follow me and what I'm doing and my journey and so on and so forth, right? And then you can if you watch Gary Vee or people like that, it's jab, 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 right hook, right? So give value, get interest, and then ask, right? Or just tell people from there. So in terms of like posting adverts on LinkedIn and bits and pieces, like, yes, you can. I don't think it's going to get you anywhere. Like telling people that you've got a cleaning company and showing them all the great things that you do probably isn't going to get the most traction. Building your personal brand on LinkedIn, posting things about yourself and your business journey is what people are going to be attracted to. And then you can then drop them a message. Thanks for interacting with my post. Thanks for the like on my post. Thanks for the comment on my post. How do you manage your cleaning at the moment? And then a natural conversation will start. Not sure I'm that interested. I promise you. So 2 things. The first thing, jump on the LinkedIn training on the 4th, and I'll show you exactly how we can do this, right? And again, if you're in the growth team, you're already on it, okay? So don't worry about that. If you're not in the growth team, drop me a message if you want to jump on the LinkedIn training, and I'll get you signed up for it. But the second thing is I've got a resource. It is completely free for anybody. It's 100 content ideas, right? And it is 100 things, because let's all face it, we all sit there with our phones, we're in front of our computer and go, what should I post, right? And my content ideas just literally give you jump off points that you can write a bit about. You could write 2 sentences, you could write 2 paragraphs, you could write whatever you want, right? But the content idea resource that I've got that will just give you these jumping off points that I've used myself, that get traction, that do get interaction, and will really help. So, how are we doing for time? Okay, we've got 5 minutes, because there was another post on here. There was another question in the team earlier that I think is a big struggle for people, right? And I see this all the time. This word leads, right? Business leads. Thank you very much, Vicky. What time is the LinkedIn on the training? What time is the LinkedIn training on the 4th? It will start. I think we're starting at 9:30. It's going to be a 3-hour like deep dive session into LinkedIn, like a masterclass. However, if you are on board for that LinkedIn training, it will be available for 30 days afterwards as well. Okay, so we're all cleaning company owners. We're all busy. Let's face it. I know that half of the people are going to start it and they're going to get pulled over into some staffing drama, right? So you'll get access to it for 30 days afterwards. so you can kind of watch that back. So the last thing, and I'm going to do this quickly, we've got 4 minutes left. So this word gets thrown around, leads, right? Business leads. I think there's a lot of this obsession with this word leads, right? Where do I get leads? Where can I find the leads for commercial cleaning? There's a very basic answer to this, right? You generate your own leads. It really is as simple as that, right? By using some straightforward sales processes, right, in terms of LinkedIn content, cold calling, cold emails, business packs, LinkedIn messaging, walk-ins. These are all things that you can do personally yourself. Like after you jump off this live tonight, you can start, right? You can generate your own leads. Everybody thinks that there is some magic ticket, right? That there's just this hidden list somewhere. There's just this hidden behind this veil that we don't know about. There's just this list of leads that there's thousands of people who are just crying out for commercial cleaning, right? That's not the case. When you see results, right? When you see people posting up, like we've just signed a £20,000 contract, £90,000, £100,000, like if anybody, let's face it, we all follow Faye on social media, right? She posted up the other day, she signed £74,000 in commercial cleaning contracts, and she's got another £20,000 about to sign, right? She hasn't bought the leads from somewhere. Nobody is sat there. There's no special system or software, or there's no hidden like website that it's all posted up. What happens is you write good sales emails, right? You understand when to send them, who to send them to. You write a good cold call script. You ring the right people at the right time. You put together good sales packs. You send them to the right people, right? You walk into the right businesses. You understand who the decision makers are, and you nurture these people, right? You speak to them on LinkedIn. You send them emails. You speak to them on the phone. You need to get in front of these people 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 times before they even know your name or your business, right? So when we talk about how do I get leads, how do I generate new business, it's all the small actions that you need to take every single day to build your business, right? Consistency. Consistently send emails, consistently make phone calls, consistently send LinkedIn DMs, right? It is overwhelming. It is overwhelming. You know, there's people online saying that, you know, we've got all these contracts coming in, like, we'll do this, we'll do that, we can do this for you, like, Bark, pay for this, pay. And essentially, like, if you can use the right places, then fantastic. Like, there are genuinely some good lead gen companies, few and far between, but you could do it, right? But you're going to pay money for it. Or you can just learn these processes yourself, consistently do them, right? And that's the big thing. Consistently take action, and you'll be able to sign business. My sales team are targeted for over £100,000 worth of new business every single month. Every single day they come in here and they're on the phones, they're sending emails, they're on LinkedIn, they're walking into places, they're sending packs, they're doing stuff. And eventually, not tomorrow or the next day or the next day, but eventually then you'll break the barrier, right? The person on the phone will say, yeah, come and give me a quote. The email that you sent last week will get a response. The sales pack that you dropped off will ring you back, right? And you're only going to do that if you're consistent. So that's a very short answer for a very big topic, right? But if you want business leads in commercial cleaning, continuously do the right thing. Kirsty, what I'll do is I'm going to jump off of here and I'm going to message you in the growth team and we'll pick this up separately because I think there's a ton of value that I can bring you on this subject. That send me a message over in the growth team and I'll pick up this specifically with you. But guys, for this evening, I'm going to wrap things up because we're coming to an end here. If you're in the growth team and you're watching this live, Faye is now jumping on a live in the private group. So jump into that, watch that, pick that one up. For anybody who's watching this who isn't in the growth team, if you want help starting your business, growing your business, scaling your business, that's what we do. Me and Faye, and the rest of my business team give you help to grow. Essentially, like, we double down on the problems you're having, we give you help, advice, support, guidance, answer the right questions, and push you in the right directions. We do this with private calls, files and documents. We have how-to videos, tutorials. We do private calls. A ton of things, right? A ton of things. If you want some more help, and if you want some more information about joining the growth team, then just pop me a message, or even leave a comment here, and I'll pop you a message. If you're not too sure what it's about, send one of our members a message. Send one of our members a DM, and they'll tell you exactly what it's about. Apart from that, guys, if there's anything else I've talked about this evening that you want either more help with, or you're interested in, so like the LinkedIn training, for example, the growth team, whatever it is, just pop me a message, and I'm more than happy to help. I do these Q&As every single Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, as long as I'm not tied up on client calls. So tune in here for free help, free advice. If you want questions answered, just shoot me a message, and I'm more than happy to help. Growth team members, I'll see you over in the other call in just a second. Thank you all very much for tuning into the Facebook Live. Thank you very much for tuning into the Zoom. These will also go up on our YouTube channel, so if you want to watch them back, have a look, or they stay here in the group for 30 days as well. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate your time. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of the week. Thank you, guys.